Starting off tonight on the Storm Watch, the foothills prepping tonight for another turn in the weather after a winter storm dropped snow. Here comes the rain and the potential for flooding. Good evening, I'm Luke Clary. Thanks for joining us, and we'll have more on how people and officials are preparing in a few moments. But while we look ahead to the next winter storm, the Sierra remains under winter weather advisories now. A live look at the Sierra tonight with crews working to get those roads clear, but they can still be icy in places. And we're not done with those winter storms yet. Chief Meteorologist Monica Woods tracking everything for us tonight.
Yeah, the roads, at least traffic was moving through, but now we're going to put rain on top of all that snow. And so we have this flood watch going into effect Thursday. We're talking rainfall and runoff below 4,000 feet with areas of street flooding as well as creeks and streams and rivers as well. And it all gets started on Thursday. Here comes this big plume of moisture heading in from the Pacific, and it is a much warmer storm compared to what we saw with snow piling up in the foothills. That low still working its way through much of the Pacific Northwest, so expect areas of rain to develop overnight as well as snow. We're already starting to see that press inland right now, and this is what's going to be heading our way tonight through early tomorrow with that winter weather advisory in place starting at 4 a.m. That'll last through 1 o'clock in the afternoon with an additional 1 to 5 feet of snow. Lower elevations, it's a winter storm warning in effect through Wednesday morning. We're talking snow down to about 1,500 to 2,500 feet, another 10 and in some places 30 inches of snow. Again, all of that coming into play, and then we're going to put rain on top of some of that. Here's a look at those snowfall totals heading into Wednesday evening. Like I said, about 5 to 10 inches in general, but we could see up to about 30 inches in some places and only about 1/4 of an inch of rain. So let's take a look at the timeline as we move through tonight. Here's that band of rain moving through the valley, snow piling up for the Sierra. We'll get a break by the time we head to the afternoon. It's about a 24-hour period. Time to prepare for this big plume of moisture heading our way. Significant rain, travel, and flooding issues, as well as wind and snow. We'll detail more of that coming up, Luke.
All right, so a lot to keep our eyes on. Thank you, Monica. With the risk of flooding, you'll want to think about getting sandbags. For people living in El Dorado County, the Office of Emergency Services has a sandbag location open in South Lake Tahoe until 7. And the stations are not staffed, so you'll need to bring your own shovel for this location, and you'll have to do the work yourself. You can find it at the Search and Rescue Building on Santa Fe Road. Another concern in the foothills tonight is the weight of all that snow on homes and businesses and the potential for collapse. Devin Truby spent the day with firefighters in El Dorado County who are preparing for the worst.
That message in action by first responders today here in Pollock Pines. We're at the fire district where you see crews shoveling their own roof as they sent out the announcement about snow loading. That's when remaining snow on the roof coupled with rain weighs it down, and there's massive concern for roof collapse in the coming days.
Rain Wednesday and Thursday, so I'm just trying to clean it off because I guess, the rain will probably make it a lot more heavy than it is.
He's talking about snow loading. Over the last week, firefighters in El Dorado County have seen several buildings collapse like this one off of Carson Road, prompting the warning: shovel roofs now before the rain comes to prevent sagging, cracks, and total collapse. Earl Reese says this is the worst winter he's experienced in the 11 years he's lived in Pollock Pines.
The only thing I have to uncover is our vent for our propane heater, because if I don't, we don't have any propane.
He considers himself a lucky one to live at the top of Rim and Hub Street so he can get out while his neighbors remain trapped by the unplowed roads.
I haven't been able to get out of here since I think last Wednesday was the last time I've been out. Shoveling every day. And I'm getting too old for this stuff.
El Dorado County Fire Protection District Chief Tim Cordero says the roofs on homes and businesses in El Dorado County are not designed to hold the weight of this much snow.
The amount of snow that you see here in Camino is not normal.
The fire chief says they are also switching operations over today to Swiftwater Rescue, doing all those preparations for the rain the next coming days and what they anticipate to be many calls this weekend.
Our Devin Truby reporting in El Dorado County. Be sure to download the free ABC 10 app for the latest updates on weather conditions and breaking news.